Hello, my name is Emily, as you may or may not know, and today we are going to be talking about one of the most terrifying, gut-wrenching, skin-crawling things there is in the entire world, falling in love. Now, I have not been in a ton of relationships. The first one, I don't even know if I would call that a relationship. It was more like, you know, that situationship you have when you're 19 that makes you realize, wow, love really is not like the movies. And if it were to be a movie, it would be a psychological thriller horror movie, you know, that's directed by Ari Aster. And you have to Google the ending, like, wait, why did that happen? I don't have any hard feelings towards anyone I've been with at this point. You know, at a certain point I did. I really did. I said some things that I shall not repeat. But, you know, at this point in time, it's all in the past. It's water under the bridge, whatever, you know. But even though I'm over those situations now, I still, I don't regret them, I still have to deal with the way those experiences have made me view love and relationships. I think in a lot of ways, to love is to learn, right? About yourself, about other people, about the human experience, right? But at what cost? And also, when I was going through some of these situations at the time, it's like, I feel like I didn't really even learn anything of value. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't need to be cheated on to know that it's bad, right? It's not like I got cheated on and then I was like, oh, yeah, I guess that's why people aren't a fan of that thing. But now I think obviously as I've matured, in hindsight, I did learn a lot of things. And I hope that the people who were with me in that capacity also learned about themselves and, you know, what they want in relationships and, you know, etc. But one of the big things about love that scares me is that I don't want another lesson. I just don't. I've graduated. And to be frank, all of this shit could have never been on any syllabus that I have ever received. And I understand that, of course, at the end of the day, there probably will never be a love that is also not a lesson, because I assume that even the most healthiest and most stable, most long-lasting relationships are because you are constantly learning about each other and taking things that you learned from past relationships to apply to the current one, and then also just as the relationship goes on, you just continually discover more about what you want and what your partner wants and etc., etc. What I am scared of are the lessons that I'm going to learn through enduring the pain of something that was never going to last and then just waiting for the one thing that does last. But then it's like, how the fuck am I supposed to know which one is gonna last? You simply don't know how many lessons you're going to receive until it pays off and you get married or you die alone 6 feet under the ground. And even when it does pay off and you're standing at the altar, wholeheartedly saying, I want to spend the rest of my life with you, I'm going to commit to you forever, and then we're gonna be buried side by side and our skeletal phalanges are going to intertwine, you could still get divorced. And then what? I have a lesson in paperwork? Like, why don't you just teach us these lessons in the classroom so you can spare my body and soul the turmoil of having to learn them through other people? Hello, good morning, and welcome to the Repercussions of Relationships 101, where we will be focusing on the lessons one learns through the trials and tribulations of relationships. And due to popular demand, situationships have been added to the syllabus. So, God help us all. All right, we're gonna do a little competency test, okay, to see what we're working with here. So let me ask you this. If you're on a date with someone and they continuously are mentioning their ex, what do you do? Say, I'm happy you two were so in love. No. Ask them to describe what the sex was like in graphic detail and what they were gonna name their future children. No! Okay, what? Jeez, okay. Let me ask you a different question. All right, say you just start seeing somebody and in the very beginning of the relationship they say, I will never be good enough for you. What do you do? Say, okay, I'm fine with that. No! Fuck. I'll make myself worse so that we can be on the same level. Absolutely fucking not, okay? What? What is wrong with you two? Leave! No, you two stay! Leave is what you should do in those situations. Okay? Leave is the answer. All right, you have to at least be able to tell me what this is. That is a challenge. No! No, it is not. It is an invitation of sorts. No! Okay, no! This is a red flag, okay? A red flag. You should avoid these at all costs. We are supposed to fully embrace them enthusiastically. Are you even listening to me? We are supposed to chase after them relentlessly until they ruin our perception of love. Okay, stop. Just stop, okay? Something is wrong with you two. And for me, being alone is my comfort zone. Like, I love being alone. I have been so single for the past, like, year, maybe, like, where it's like, I have no host. Like, I literally, phone is dry. The only notifications I get are from the Citizen app telling me that there's a man with a machete 200 feet away from me. Sometimes I feel like a porcupine or something, where it's like, leave me alone or I'm gonna shoot needles at you. You know, used heroin needles. What? Who said that? You know that one Whoopi Goldberg quote where they're talking about their thoughts on marriage, right? And they said, I don't want someone in my house. Felt. Okay, I don't mind having a roommate. I love having a roommate, actually. I love my roommate very, very much. But just the thought of someone constantly always being there. I think it's more like my room. Like, I don't want someone in my room. When I go to sleep, I don't want another person there. And maybe I just have to meet the right person and I'll start thinking differently. But for me, it's like the one little piece of solace that I am guaranteed to have every day is being alone in my bed at the end of the day and being able to just watch my little YouTube videos, watch my little K-pop girl group funny moments, watch my little Roblox gameplays, right? It's like my little treat at the end of the day for existing. And I have been so far removed from, like, the idea of dating and romance lately that this is gonna make me sound really, like, undateable, I guess, but just the thought of someone in my bed every night, it's like, ugh, you know? It's like making me a little, like, irritated. It's like, there should only be one pig in the pen, you know? And I know some people are probably like, oh, yeah, sure, you like being alone. That's just something that single people say so that they don't fling themselves into oncoming traffic. But it really is true for me. The solace I feel when I am single is something that is so special to me because my experience with relationships, some of the most terrible moments in my life where I feel the most insecure and the most pathetic were all because of relationships. When I don't have that aspect, the romance aspect in my life, I feel great. Sorry, I know that some people are the opposite, where they always need to be in a relationship to feel validated and stuff like that. But for me, as an influencer, I get my validation from you guys. But for real, when I'm alone, I feel very self-assured and independent and just comfortable and good, you know? And I feel like when I get into a relationship, I feel like that compromises that just because of my past experience. But for me, if I can just avoid those negative feelings that I have felt due to relationships, great. Take it off of the table. I don't need to be on the market because right now I am not making any efforts to put myself out there. I'm not even lifting up a finger for the cause, okay? And even if I were to hypothetically develop feelings for somebody, I do get the inkling that I would likely try and shut it down before anything even, you know, serious happened. You know, just pull the plug on the generator because, well, you've heard how I've been speaking. And, you know, it's entirely a defense mechanism because of my past experiences and then hearing about other people's experiences too. You know, like when you see a TikTok that's like POV, your boyfriend is slowly falling out of love with you, and it shows text from the beginning of the relationship like, oh, my sweetie, honey, baby, you're so cute. You're the most beautiful woman. I want to marry you. I can't wait to, you know, start a family with you. And then fast forward 6 months and the most emotion you get out of him is like a message that says K, period. Or even like seeing my friends in the past just get absolutely demolished by their relationships and like me remembering how that felt. Like, it's like, what's that called? It's like birth control, but for being in a relationship. So because I don't really want to compromise my mental health and deal with everything that comes with being in a relationship or you're a situationship or whatever, I've literally Pavlovian dogged myself into just avoiding romance in its entirety and shutting down any feelings I might get, like developing a crush or anything like that. I love that author. What? That author? I've read all her books. Yeah, I like that saga, but the first book is my favorite. Yeah, me too. Wow, that's crazy. God damn it! Fuck! Okay, stop! Are you like okay?
Yes. Yes. I'm fine. Thank you. It's just, you know, you're a beautiful woman.
Yeah, totally.
And we have something in common. So the microchip that I installed into my neck that shocks me every time I feel a romantic feeling, it just went off. Full power.
What?
Yeah. It's really effective. So.
That's very interesting.
You really think so? Oh! Okay, yeah, I'm gonna need you to stop talking to me because you're making this thing light up like Times Square, okay? Oh! Ah! God! Oh, God, okay. Okay, I'm gonna need you to maybe just leave.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be so alluring and sexy.
Just leave. Oh, please,
I won't do any more damage.
Oh, God, I need to get rid of this thing.
Sorry, I actually forgot
No, do not enter this vicinity, okay? You're too pretty. God!
Okay, I'll just leave it. I'm realizing this video is basically just like a therapy session for me. I don't know if you guys have your PhDs, but I hope you're writing down in your little notepads because, yeah. Another reason I'm scared to fall in love and be in a relationship is because it is so much responsibility. Being a simp, it's a full-time job, okay? And I already have a job, so I don't want to delegate, you know, time and energy to that because frankly, I have more important things to do. If I'm going to be a girlfriend, I want to be a good girlfriend, okay? I want to be the best girlfriend, right? But that comes with a lot of time and energy and commitment and all these things that, you know, if you don't have the headspace for it or the bandwidth for it, like, it's just not gonna happen. Or you'll do it and be bad at it. It is a responsibility, but when you're in love, you're more than willing to take on that responsibility because you're in love. But you know, balancing my career, my family, my friends, my own happiness, that's already kind of plenty for me. And maybe the next time I fall in love, it'll be different because I'm older now and I'm more mature and have a stronger sense of self. But my first romantic entanglement, I simply had no self-respect. Boundaries? What? I never heard of them. It is just simply embarrassing the way I was letting this woman run me over, put the car in reverse, run me over again. Oh, we're in drive again, run me over again. Slamming my fingers in the car door. Like, it was just ridiculous. And it was to the point, it was one of those relationships where everyone around you are like, they're like, really? You know? This woman was running me through the mud, okay? The swamp. The trenches. And not only was I letting her, I was like, yeah, you can keep doing that if it makes you feel happy. I'm more than happy for you to do that. And I honestly am scared of slipping back into that mindset. And I hope to God that I wouldn't because I'm so much more aware now. And I would like to think that I do have boundaries, but I have yet to test that. But just the idea of losing my self-respect for someone like that again, like, I don't want to do that. It's simply, I'm not a prideful person, but I look like an idiot. And I'm not trying to sit here and be one of those people that's like, my weakness is that I love too much and I'm just too giving in relationships. No. I advise against what I did, like, highly. And even though romantic love is, I'm sure you can tell, not a necessity for me right now, and it is very terrifying for me, there are moments where it's like, I feel flickers of romantic emotion, and I'm like, oh yeah, you know, that's why people want this thing. Like this past summer, I did meet someone where I felt a very fast connection with this woman, and she was just so articulate and elegant and really stunningly beautiful and cultured and all of these things. And so I felt myself gravitating towards her, and I was very enamored with this woman, right? And we were only going to be in close proximity for a limited amount of time. And I literally thought to myself, you know, thank God I'm only going to be around you for a short while longer. Otherwise, if I was with you any longer, I might fall in love with you, and that would not be good for either of us. Or sometimes I'm laying in bed alone and I watch a cute TikTok or a romantic K-drama, and I'm like, you know, I can't help but think, like, you know, oh, like, maybe this would be nice, you know. And then in those moments, I don't feel I don't feel weak, but I feel like, oh, you know, craving romantic attention. Real original, you know? It's like florals for spring, right? Who thought? And as much as I can sit here and say, oh, fuck romance, I don't need romance, I don't need a girlfriend, I don't need anyone in my life to, you know, show me that sort of love, that would be a lie, you know, if I maintained that mindset throughout the rest of my life. You know, I think that I'm in that mindset right now, but slowly that, I'm guessing, that is going to fade, and I'm scared for that time to come. I am scared for when it comes time that I meet somebody. Being well aware of what relationships can do to your head and your heart, and, you know, what heartbreak feels like, and how it literally feels like death, and, you know, still meeting that person and thinking that the risk is worth it. And I will be in a relationship with this person because that's how much I love them. Like, the risk of all of those terrible, awful things that I've been through, it's worth it because I want to be with this woman. And I'm assuming that time will come at some point, but I'm just scared about reverting to my old habits and just self-sacrificing so much to the point where it's not good for my well-being, and it affects everything else in my life. I don't want to be so blinded by my feelings for somebody that I am just willing to do all of these things that are out of character and, to be honest, disrespectful to myself. And I don't want to be in that headspace again where I'm just insane. I don't want to sacrifice my well-being to an unnecessary extent again. I really hope that doesn't happen again.
I'll get the chicken Caesar salad.
Sure thing. And for you?
I will get the BLT with fries.
Perfect. All right, I will get that started for you guys.
Oh, also, if her salad happens to have poison in it, give it to me instead.
It won't be poisoned.
Well, in case it is.
It won't be.
If you need to. You can put some poison into the salad, and then you can give it to me, and then I will eat it.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, what? Why? Because I love you. We've been dating for 2 weeks.
You can also pour boiling water into my lap and then make my skin blister and then piss on my burns, as long as none of it gets on my lovely wife.
I'm not your wife. Well,
I think I am just going to give you your food normally, without all of that other stuff.
but, you know, if it comes down to it, or even if you just want to do it, right, you can take me out back, curb stomp me a little bit, right, roundhouse kick me in the stomach, up into the air, toss me around like a hacky sack a little bit. You can leave my limp body out in the cold as long as you bring me back in before appetizers, and of course, as long as you don't hurt my beautiful, lovely wife.
Ma'am, this is a Red Robin, okay? Not the WWE.
Very funny. Also, not your wife, okay? I'm not even sure if I want to be your girlfriend anymore, so...
Oh!
That was for you, babe. Could we actually get our food to go, please? Where are we going? Our separate ways.
So, yeah, believe it or not, I used to be such a lover girl. Like, I used to be that bitch that had a new crush every single week. Like, that used to be me. And I was a huge hopeless romantic, you know, but I think that part of me died after I had been in relationships and saw how I idealized them a little bit. And, you know, some of the situations that I was in made me feel terrible about myself. Ugh. But even though I don't want to admit it, I do miss being a romantic, I think. I think I miss not being so cynical and closed off. I want to be able to trust someone. I want to be able to form a deep connection and not be so, like, afraid. And I think it's my own fault. But I don't know how to fix it. Therapy, probably. So, yeah. Do you guys have trust issues and trouble engaging in romance? Comment down below. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I know this video might have been a little too personal, and actually, it's not too anything. This is my channel. What? God damn it. Anyways, my camera's about to die. If you have a significant other, congrats. I really do hope it works out. If you're single, also congrats. You have something in common with a YouTuber who talks to herself and screams at herself in her basement. Anyways, I hope you all have a good day, and until next time. Ah!
This is gonna sound so weird to my neighbors. God, I think I should get rid of this thing. Jesus. Bounce around my limp body, curb stomp me out back before the appetizers get here. Oh! Oh shit, I looked in the camera. Oh my god, I just slapped myself in the face like 4 times.